Hi, welcome to another Excel at the Office video. My name's Adrian. I provide you these videos and templates at eato.blog, eato.blog. And in this video I was going to show you some view options, just exploring the view options, including the freeze panes. I think that would be helpful. But importantly, the fiddly trick of sorting out your page breaks, page break previews, and removing, when you sort your page breaks, those annoying marching ants that appear and you can't really remove in your view settings. So bear with me while I'm just using a new screen recorder, because I tried this video a little while ago and it unfortunately didn't record some of the options. So I was using OBS, but now I'm using something else. So I hope it works well. So I'm using Excel for Office 365 on Windows, just to make it quite familiar for most of my audience. And let's get to it. So first of all, the view options. So you'll find obviously on the ribbon a lot of the options under view. So I'm just going to exit drawing there. So under view, now these options, the normal page break preview, page layout views, they're also, you'll find them right down here at the bottom. So for example, I can switch between, save having to go to the ribbon, I can switch between the normal view to page break preview right down here, and also change my zoom. So I've got it, it's zoomed out when I go to page break preview. I've got it fairly, I like it zoomed in on this window just to focus on the content. As you'll see, I'm using my calculate the years from dates spreadsheet that I shared in a previous video. But those are quite handy buttons down the bottom right corner there, and save you having to view things in the ribbon. If I just pin the ribbon, because I was just unpinning it to save space, as we are focusing on that, one thing you can also use in the ribbon is the freeze panes button. So you'll see here it's freeze panes, and what I can do is, if I wanted to keep this calculate years from dates, for example, while I'm scrolling as a title, I would select the row just under it, go under freeze panes and choose freeze panes. So now that's really easy, so that keeps that title there no matter how far I scroll. So that's really handy. And I'm just going to unfreeze that. You could also, if you select somewhere, say for example you've got data where your rows, your columns are listed across the top, and you want to keep each row, you'd select the cell just one in from that, and that will freeze the top row and the leftmost column. So that's freeze panes. So I've covered the zoom options. I prefer this shortcut down here, zooming in and out, but you can also use the zoom options in the ribbon. And generally these other window options are for when you've got multiple windows open in Excel and you want to arrange them on one place. That can be handy if you're doing like data entry between spreadsheets, or using some data from a spreadsheet into another. I tend to not use that. It's rarely I use that because my workbooks tend to be pretty independent. And also you can record and view your macros from here. So one thing I'm going to go to now is show you how to sort out your page setup. And a view I like is you can customize this view up here, where you've got your shortcuts to save, undo. That's a really handy button, either undoing what you've just done or several actions from the list there. The further you scroll down, the more it undoes, or redo what you just done. But also I quite like some of these shortcuts here, so you can choose what's listed as your shortcut. And I've got print, preview and print to go to my print options. So as you'll see on the print options, that's all looking in order. One thing I quite like to do, if I just press back on this, is I like to leave a column before and after my spreadsheet. And if I just minimize the ribbon again, so I like to make it just a few pixels wide, and it provides a nice little buffer for when I then put this into a one-page or two-page print preview. So if I go to that, that's narrowed my print to the margins. Although I'm missing, it's doing things across 2 pages, so that's let's fix that now. So when you're doing your print layout, you can choose, normally it will have no scaling and it will just look a right mess, as is shown here. But what you can do is fit all, if you've got a multi-page document, you can fit all columns on one page, so that makes it more like a kind of Word document spreading down. If you've got a kind of data list, you might prefer all rows on one page. For this one, I want the whole sheet on one page. I want it a one-page format, because these are the handy tips I share elsewhere in how to calculate your years from your dates using various functions. That's gone to the top left a bit, and there's a bit of space at the bottom now, so I'm going to adjust my margins to really maximize the use of the page. So you can choose normal margins. There's a preset for wide margins that bungs stuff to the right to the middle, but I like to customize it. And if I go, I'll start with the normal, and then I'll customize that, going to the custom margins option. And I'm just going to bring it in a little bit from the top, a little bit from the bottom, from the left and from the right, and that should make, there we go, that makes my content a little bit bigger and it fills the page more. And it's just moved everything to the left, so I'm going to customize that and just bump it out to the right a bit more by increasing my left margin a couple of ½ centimeters. Click OK. Gone a bit too far there, but you get the idea. You can just maneuver these so it looks nice on a page when it's printed, or if you go to Save As, you can print as a PDF. So that's this page sorted. If you want to print both pages in a workbook, both sheets, you simply select one sheet, hold down Shift, select the other sheet, so then you've got them both selected, and then working with both selected, you can go to your print preview and save things as a PDF. Now I haven't sorted out the margins for the second sheet, but you can see the first sheet is all in order, so let's do that now. So one thing I can do here is, if you right click, you can select all sheets as well. So for here, these print margins and page break show that my pages are all over the place, which I'll come to in a moment. So if I go back to the print setup, and you'll see there that it's cut it off where I don't want it cut off. So again, I'm going to go to the scaling. I want it all on one page. That looks nice, really presentable, and I'll go back to my worksheet. But what that does is, normally it provides me with I've created this sheet here because sometimes when you sort out your print margins, and if I just do enter some data there and go to, say for example, my page break preview, and adjust my page breaks there, what happens, you get these annoying marching ants, so you might not be able to see it quite like that. So I'm just going to go on the view. Oh, another thing I didn't mention on the view options, you can turn on or off your grid lines, headings, and formula bar even, just to make things nice and presentable for your end users, so it just looks a little less technical. But what you'll see when I turn the grid lines off, you get these annoying marching ants appearing once I've sorted out page breaks on the page break preview. And under the view options, there's no checkbox to turn that off. So the way to turn that off is buried deep down in File, Options. For some reason Excel puts it under Advanced. It's really buried down, unfortunately. You scroll about 2/3 of the way down under the display options for this worksheet, and you'll see some of those options about grid lines and so on. But the Show Page Breaks is the one that you uncheck to remove those annoying marching ants. Press OK, and now they're gone. So coming back to this spreadsheet, I'm just going to show you here this quick view of, so I normally have things in normal view, no doubt, and I'll just switch grid lines back on so you can see how I've compiled this. But page break preview is really handy to just adjust. The blue outline is basically what gets printed or set up as a page on that print preview option. So a quick way, if you just want to adjust it, you can literally drag and drop your blue line. So I want to include that buffer that I've created, for example. And also I might want a little buffer at the bottom just to give it a bit of space there as well. And I've already, as you'll recall, I've set the setting so that it prints to one page only. So it won't add additional pages to this. No matter how far I drag it, it'll always be page 1. But if you haven't done that, it will create additional pages for you. So I'm going to go back to the normal view. Again, I might zoom in a little bit so you can see the content. So this is again from my template on calculating the difference between dates, and in this sheet I show you some formulas and the results of how to do it, not just in years but in days, weeks and months as well, with some examples. So there we go, that's how to sort out your page breaks. Now when I select my page, it's all on one page. So now if I select both sheets again by holding down Shift and go to my page break preview, if I want to send this report as a PDF to someone, as a nice 2-page simple report, it will print out quite nicely as a PDF, and I just go to Save As, and instead of Excel workbook you just choose PDF, and it's as simple as that. So there we go. So that's how to sort out your page breaks and print margins. Also adding some buffer in I find helpful. We've gone through the view settings both on the ribbon in terms of the options that you can check to turn on and off headlines, grid lines and so on. The zoom and page break preview, I prefer using these down in the bottom right corner here, but they're also in the ribbon, and the freeze panes can be quite handy too. So I hope you've found this video helpful. Please share with a friend or colleague if they'll also find it helpful to brush up on their Excel experience, particularly just sorting out the fiddly task of print margins. And what I'll do is I'll post this, and if you want to download my calculate years from dates or this template of how all the print margins are set up, you can visit my eato.blog, eato.blog, for my Excel at the Office latest blog and template on this. I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon.